Let's turn this over a little bit more. Let's turn this over a bit more. Just 1 second. Hello, Irene. Hey, R. Wheeler. And all of you, welcome. Welcome to those of y'all watching on YouTube, those of y'all watching on Facebook. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to those of y'all watching on Periscope, and good afternoon to those of y'all who are watching us on IGTV and Instagram. Well, where do I start with this one? Hey, Irene. All right. God bless. Good afternoon to you, everyone. Hi, my name is Pastor Charles Williams, and I'm the founder and the creator of the concept known and used all over the world today as the Amber Alert here in the United States of America, Amber Alert EU throughout all of Europe, and the Child Rescue Alert in other parts of the world. This is the activation and continuation of a Pennsylvania Amber Alert for a little 2-year-old girl that is missing out of Pennsylvania. I'm going to start out with just letting you all hear the broadcast, okay? We have I'm sorry, just 1 second here. Cancel that. We have a broadcast. As many of you remember last week when I came in and I shared with you all about this Amber Alert out of Pennsylvania. I shared with you all that I felt that this mother was moving around somehow or another and so forth. Well, we can stretch all of that, okay? The female that was wanted in connection with the Amber Alert, Sharina Nancy, she has been found, okay? She has been found, and she is now in custody. And in fact, they have now charged her with charges in connection with the disappearance of this little girl. The story, however, takes a very, very dramatic, okay? A very, very dramatic turn. A dramatic turn of events, dramatic allegations are flying against from this woman and the father of this 2-year-old. So, without any further ado, we're going to go straight to the broadcast from one of our Pennsylvania affiliates, and then we'll come back on the other side of this broadcast. Hey, T. Brooks, thanks for joining. Please share the broadcast on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, IGTV, Periscope, and Facebook. Okay, here we go. You're watching the Amber News Network.
All tips. County police also say when they found the vehicle, Nalani Johnson's car seat was not inside. So they're asking members of the public to keep eyes out for a car seat like this one. It's black and gray, even flow sport harness booster seat. And according to court papers, Sharina Nancy told investigators that the little girl's father actually sold her. And according to police, Nancy says she was transporting that little girl to the little girl's new owner. That's what police say she told them. Now, the family adamantly denies that, but Nancy says she was following detailed directions. At not quite 2 years old, Nalani Johnson was passed from this car into the hands of strangers along the side of a road for $10,000. According to the story, police say 25-year-old Sharina Nancy tells. Court papers say Nancy claims that the little girl's dad told her to drive 20 minutes from a Monroeville gas station along 22 until a woman, shown to her in a photo, flags her down. Police say Nancy told them she did that, found the woman on the side of the road standing near a silver SUV with out-of-state plates and its flashers on. And investigators say Nancy told them that is who she gave Nalani to. The little girl's family strongly denies they sold her. Police say Nalani's father, Paul Johnson, reported that Nancy stole his little girl from this Penn Hills intersection.
It's just really sad. This story has been really just making my heart wrench so terribly. And just to know that she's right next door, the person that transported the child is just, wow, it's heart-wrenching.
Sydney Lane and John King live in the building where Nancy does in Penn Hills, just a few miles from where Nalani was reported missing.
To be a few doors down from the driver, that's insane. And
the couple says they noticed Nancy often sat on her balcony with a man smoking, but they never noticed anything unusual. Nancy's husband, who does not live in the United States, spoke to me via Facebook Messenger. He shared this family photo and questioned the case, saying, quote, "I don't know why she would do that anyhow, to cause this much pain for the baby girl's family and me and her family." Police say so far there has been no evidence of the silver SUV with out-of-state plates and no sign of Nalani since she was reported missing now more than 48 hours ago. Nancy has been charged with kidnapping. A judge has denied her bail, calling her a flight.
Okay, I'm going to run that again for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it all the way. I'm going to run it one more time.
Tips. County police also say when they found the vehicle, Nalani Johnson's car seat was not inside. So they're asking members of the public to keep eyes out for a car seat like this one. It's black and gray, even flow, sport harness booster seat. And according to court papers, Sharina Nancy told investigators that the little girl's father actually sold her. And according to police, Nancy says she was transporting that little girl to the little girl's new owner. That's what police say she told them. Now, the family adamantly denies that, but Nancy says she was following detailed directions. At not quite 2 years old, Nalani Johnson was passed from this car into the hands of strangers along the side of a road for $10,000. According to the story, police say 25-year-old Sharina Nancy tells. Court papers say Nancy claims that the little girl's dad told her to drive 20 minutes from a Monroeville gas station along 22 until a woman, shown to her in a photo, flags her down. Police say Nancy told them she did that, found the woman on the side of the road standing near a silver SUV with out-of-state plates and its flashers on. And investigators say Nancy told them that is who she gave Nalani to. The little girl's family strongly denies they sold her. Police say Nalani's father, Paul Johnson, reported that Nancy stole his little girl from this Penn Hills intersection.
It's just really sad. This story has been really just making my heart wrench so terribly. And just to know that she's right next door, the person that transported the child is just, wow, it's heart-wrenching.
Sydney Lane and John King live in the building where Nancy does in Penn Hills, just a few miles from where Nalani was reported missing.
to be a few doors down from the driver, that's insane. And
the couple says they noticed Nancy often sat on her balcony with a man smoking, but they never noticed anything unusual. Nancy's husband, who does not live in the United States, spoke to me via Facebook Messenger. He shared this family photo and questioned the case, saying, quote, "I don't know why she would do that anyhow, to cause this much pain for the baby girl's family and me and her family." Police say so far there has been no evidence of the silver SUV with out-of-state plates and no sign of Nalani since she was reported missing now more than 48 hours ago. Nancy has been charged with kidnapping. A judge has denied her bail, calling her a flight risk.
Absolutely, she's a flight risk. Absolutely. Now, we're going to talk about that here in just a moment as to why they would even consider her as a flight risk. Okay, we'll get a couple of things here right. Oh boy, I mean, this has to be one of the most bizarre cases I have seen. And but the good news is authorities have the vehicle. Okay, let's talk about this on Periscope. Let's talk about this on Facebook, IGTV, and YouTube. Let's go to work. So this suspect is implicating the father in stating that the father sold his 2-year-old daughter to someone for $10,000. According to this suspect, if she is to be believed, according to the suspect, she was transporting, she was transporting this child at the request of the father who, as according to her, allegedly, that according to the father, wanted to get rid of his 2-year-old daughter. Question then becomes, in my mind, a lot of questions. If she is to be believed, if she is to be believed, the quintessential question then becomes, how much was she going to get for transporting the daughter? Okay, if her story is to be believed, how much did she stand to gain from transporting the daughter? One, it's just absolutely unimaginable to think that someone, Lonnie, she wasn't doing it for free. Absolutely unimaginable to think that somebody would do something like this to this little child and quote unquote sell this child for $10,000. As if her story is to be believed. I am somewhat constrained because I have to stay within the four corners of the latest release. And as far as the Amber Alert is concerned, we are looking for this child. Okay, we're looking for this child. And so our focus has to be on not horrific the lies may be, but our focus has to be on finding this child. Nothing else matters but finding this child. That's all that matters right now. And so, take a good look at her. Here she is. This is 2-year-old Nalani Johnson. 2-year-old, 2 years of age. 2-year-old Nalani Johnson. She's been missing. And again, initially when we put out this Amber Alert last week, we gave you a car, we gave you a suspect. Again, the suspect and the car both have been found, but the child is still missing. And given this climate and culture that we live in the last few months, when we find a suspect in a car without the child, it typically has not ended good. In the last few months, we've had children that were found in trash cans, that were in trash dumpsters. We've had children in the last few months that have been found discarded on the side of the road in a trash bag. God only knows what really happened to this 2-year-old Pennsylvania girl. But as the Amber Alert founder and the Amber Alert period the Amber Alert will stay up until we find this child. Even though we don't have a car, we no longer have a suspect to put out there. But what we do have is we know that this girl is still missing. And this alert will stay up until we find 2-year-old Nalani Johnson. Now, authorities mentioned that pull this down here. Authorities mentioned that authorities are asking the public, okay, particularly in Pennsylvania. Authorities asking the public, listen, we have, as the Amber Alert founder, we have did broadcasts where we've had to just look for a baby with a pink pamper, okay? So if we can find a baby with a pink pamper, surely somebody, this ought to jar somebody's memory, okay? Is the age of, in this age of DNA, what makes people think that they can get away with stealing a child? Rethinking things, I have absolutely, that's a very good point. I have no idea. But here's what authorities are asking everyone now. Authorities are asking everyone to please be on the lookout. Just kind of let this car seat jog your memory. I know it looks like every other car seat. But the thing about this car seat is perhaps it was discarded on the side of the road somewhere. Perhaps it was put in a dumpster, okay? And you just didn't think anything of it, okay? It is a critical piece of evidence because right now, authorities don't know where this girl is. They don't know where this 2-year-old is. The suspect says that she gave the child, if she's to be believed, the suspect says that she gave the child over to someone driving a vehicle with out-of-state plates, okay, with out-of-state tags and so forth. She didn't know the person. She just said that this was the person that she was supposed to give the child to and so forth. If, again, I keep stating that if her story is to be believed, I think there's more to it, personally. I do, but authorities are asking anyone, if you have seen, I'm not just going to limit this to Pennsylvania. This is a nationwide Amber Alert at this point because we don't know. We absolutely do not know where that person was. If she is telling the truth, did she give that child to a person in a rental vehicle that then went to an airport and got on a plane and fled the country? We just don't know at this point. All we're left with to look for, hey Susan, all we're left with to look for in this case is a car seat that looked just like this. Stranger things have happened. But you know, God is able to allow that car seat to become illuminated in someone's vision. Okay? If you think you've seen this car seat, perhaps even without the child in it, authorities want to hear from you. Now, a couple of things come to mind, Susan and D. Philpott 71. A couple of things come to mind. One, when a child is being transported, even, I'm just using as an example, the transporting of somebody who has a custody situation between a husband and wife. When they get ready to give the child back to each other, when the child is getting ready to leave one place and go to another place, wouldn't someone pack a bag of some type for the child? You know, a bag with Pampers, a bag with some toys, some bags with things to keep the kid occupied or something. Something. Okay? Again, according to authorities, this woman said she just gave the child over to someone. When authorities found the vehicle, there was no evidence of a car seat. There was no car seat in the car. Okay? No car seat in the car. And I'm sure authorities are going to go over that car really, really good. Because surely there should have been a change of clothes, maybe a last change of clothes, Pampers, pull-ups, or whatever. There should have been something in that car that could support her story. According to authorities are not buying her story. I'm gonna tell you right now, authorities are not buying this woman's story. She's trying to sell it, but authorities are not buying it. But here's what authorities did do. Because because this woman has been arrested and charged with kidnapping, because she admitted to driving the child to somebody and just giving it to somebody, she's been charged with kidnapping. Okay. Now, the other part of this story, and here's little Nalania right here. Okay. The other part of this story is what the father says, and I have it in a transcript. Okay, and I'm going to have to read it to you, but and it's somewhat lengthy. The father and the family absolutely denies everything that this woman is saying. They absolutely deny it. And let me go over here. I'm going to change screens here just for one moment, because I'm going to need to do this in order to pull this up. Somewhat lengthy, okay? So, according to everything, the release and everything that happened, okay? Court paperwork, according to court paperwork, the accused abductor claims missing child's father told her to take the child, and that he sold the child for $10,000. Again, this Amber Alert is out of Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. Okay? Allegheny County Police have filed charges against the driver. They said that she was the driver. Make a note of that, okay? That she was the driver. Okay? All right. They said that she was the driver. Okay, I'm sorry. They filed charges against the driver of the vehicle they say was involved in the abduction of a 2-year-old Penn Hills, Pennsylvania girl we now know as Nalani Johnson. Sharina Islam Nancy is her name. Serena Islam Nancy has been charged with kidnapping, interference with custody of children, and concealment of whereabouts of a child. She was taken to the Allegheny County Jail. According to a criminal complaint, Nancy told police, okay, get this. Nancy told police she was asked to take the 2-year-old Nalani Johnson by the girl's father. So now she's implicating the father in this. The court paperwork says Nancy told police the girl's father sold the girl. Okay, I want that to just sink into you. Okay, she says, according to her, the court paperwork said Nancy told police that the girl's father sold the girl to an unnamed individual for $10,000. Nancy claims the father asked her to drive the 2-year-old girl 20 minutes from a gas station in Monroeville, along U.S. Route 22. Nancy then told police she eventually met with a person with a silver SUV with out-of-state plates and gave the girl to that person. One, One. Hey, Tamara, one. How did she know? If she was so busy with the child, okay? If she was so busy with the child and so focused on making sure that this was the person, how did she have time to know that the plates were out of state or in state? How did she have time to really recognize that? If her focus was on the child and her focus was on whom she was giving the child to, how did she know that the vehicle that they were driving did not have Pennsylvania plates? That's another thing, okay? All right. Let's see here. According to the criminal complaint, police found no evidence. According to police, they found no evidence yet. They found no evidence yet of the mentioned SUV. Police also have not commented on the claims that Nancy is making. So police have not said whether or not they believe her or not. Nalani's father has a different story, however, and that's what we're going to get into. Nalani's father has a different story. According to the court paperwork, it says he told police he was in a car with Nalani and his friend, with Nancy driving it. Okay? He said when he got out of the car at the intersection of Bryant Drive and Clay Drive, Nancy took off with the 2-year-old in the car. The complaint mentions he told police he tried calling Nancy, but she didn't answer. So, again, if the father was in the car with Nancy, obviously they know each other. They have some type of casual relationship. The father was in the car with Nancy and a third person, okay? And a third person. He says the father got out the car and Nancy sped off in the car. Okay, what happened to the third person? Who was the third person? Where's the third person that can collaborate any of this? Okay. He said he tried calling her on the cell phone. He tried calling her on a smartphone, and she didn't answer. Okay. Again, something sounds really, really weird about this. According to the Allegheny County Police first responded to a call about a possible abduction in Penn Hills community around 5 p.m. Saturday. County Police said Nancy was captured on surveillance cameras at the Sheetz store on William Penn Highway in Murraysville about 30 minutes later. At about 5:30 p.m., police also released information that said the vehicle described as a black Toyota Yaris traveling to the Blairsville, New Alexandria, and Delmont areas of Westmont County between 5:30 and 7:30. Police are asking anyone who may have seen anything in those areas. Again, here are the areas. Let's write these areas down. I'm just taking my time. You got New Alexander. Okay, you got New Alexander, Delmont, and Westmoreland. County. So, authorities asking anyone with any information, 833-255-8477. Authorities asking anyone, particularly those in and around the New Alexander, Delmont, or West Monroe areas of Pennsylvania, to please be on the lookout for a discarded car seat. A discarded car seat, perhaps in and around those areas. Anyone with any information, you're please being asked to call area code 833-255-8477. That's 833-255-8477. They're also asking the public to look out for Nalani's child car seats. Okay, I'm gonna pull that seat back up here in a minute. Okay, they're asking the public to be on the lookout for Nalani's child car seat. It is described as a black and gray, even flow Mastro Sport harness booster seat. Police said the seat was not in the car when officers found the vehicle and took Nancy into custody. The FBI and Allegheny County officials are continuing the search for Nalani, and the FBI officials confirmed Monday that the CARD, C-A-R-D, Child Abduction Response Deployment Team is on the ground in the Pittsburgh area to assist in the search as well. But again, this is the child. Hey, Jimmy, this is the child that everyone is looking for. Okay, this is little Nalani. What did I do here? Let's get something right here. This is little Nalani. This one. There we go. There we go. Okay. And this is the car seat. This is the car seat that authorities want the image of out there. It's a car seat that looks just like this. They said that when they found the vehicle, the car seat was not in the vehicle. And again, ladies and gentlemen, given the culture, given the culture of recently finding children in dumpsters, finding children on the side of the road in trash bags, something happened to this child. And again, this suspect says that the father sold the child. And again, one only has to pause and think. If what she is saying is true, hey Tanya, if what she is saying is true, then she is complicit in a crime. Because again, one only has to pause and think. How much money did he promise her for delivering the child to this person, if her story is to be believed? But it's one thing is clear. They both admit to being in the car together, and that there was a third party. I'm saying, okay, we need to hear from the third party that was in that car. Okay, I think the key may be in that amongst that third party who was in that car when this child went missing. This child, Tanya, this child right here, this child, according to the suspect, was sold by her father for $10,000, a claim that the father strongly denies, and according to authorities, they cannot support. But again, there's just enough smoke here. There's just enough smoke. So here's what I hope will happen. Okay, here's what I think needs to happen. I think authorities need to polygraph them both. Okay, authorities need to polygraph them both. And if they both come out lying, go ahead and charge both of them. But if one is telling the truth, if one is being absolutely truthful, it'll show. I think they need to do that sooner rather than later, because the clock is ticking on 2-year-old Nelania Johnson. We don't know where she is. Authorities don't know where she is. And all we have to give to you and this update broadcast, and I'm asking everyone to please share this broadcast on Periscope, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on IGTV. I'm asking everyone to share this broadcast, because listen, all we have to go on right now All we have to go on is this car seat. And that's a good piece of police work, okay? For them to find the vehicle and then find that there is not a car seat in the vehicle. And it may be that there was never a car seat in that vehicle. It may be that the two of them did something with this child. And that's the reason there was perhaps no car seat in the car when the car was found. There's a lot more to this story. Please stay tuned. For the benefit of those of y'all who are just coming in, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play the interview. I'm going to play this interview with one of our news affiliates out of the Pennsylvania area that's hot on this. Okay, you're watching the Amber News Network. Let me get a couple of things here right here so that everybody can see it completely, and then I want to hear your comments after this. Okay.
All tips. County police also say when they found the vehicle, Nalani Johnson's car seat was not inside. So they're asking members of the public to keep eyes out for a car seat like this one. It's black and gray, even flow sport harness booster seat. And according to court papers, Sharina Nancy told investigators that the little girl's father actually sold her. And according to police, Nancy says she was transporting that little girl to the little girl's new owner. That's what police say she told them. Now, the family adamantly denies that, but Nancy says she was following detailed directions. At not quite 2 years old, Nalani Johnson was passed from this car into the hands of strangers along the side of a road for $10,000. According to the story, police say 25-year-old Sharina Nancy tells. Court papers say Nancy claims that the little girl's dad told her to drive 20 minutes from a Monroeville gas station along 22 until a woman, shown to her in a photo, flags her down. Police say Nancy told them she did that, found the woman on the side of the road standing near a silver SUV with out-of-state plates and its flashers on. And investigators say Nancy told them that is who she gave Nalani to. The little girl's family strongly denies they sold her. Police say Nalani's father, Paul Johnson, reported that Nancy stole his little girl from this Penn Hills intersection.
It's just really sad. This story has been really just making my heart wrench so terribly. And just to know that she's right next door, the person that transported the child is just, wow, it's heart-wrenching.
Sydney Lane and John King live in the building where Nancy does in Penn Hills, just a few miles from where Nalani was reported missing.
To be a few doors down from the driver, that's insane. And
the couple says they noticed Nancy often sat on her balcony with a man smoking, but they never noticed anything unusual. Nancy's husband, who does not live in the United States, spoke to me via Facebook Messenger. He shared this family photo and questioned the case, saying, quote, "I don't know why she would do that anyhow, to cause this much pain for the baby girl's family and me and her family." Police say so far there has been no evidence of the silver SUV with out-of-state plates and no sign of Nalani since she was reported missing now more than 48 hours ago. Nancy has been charged with kidnapping. A judge has denied her bail, calling her a flight.
Absolutely, she is a flight risk because her husband is out of the country. Okay, her husband, and that's another thing. You know, she has children. Okay, she has children, and her husband, who is out of the country, says that he doesn't know why she would do anything like this. But something is seriously wrong. Got it. Now, I'll share my thoughts. Okay, and you might want to give me a nickel or two for my thoughts, but hey, nevertheless, they're my thoughts. Like I stated before, how much money was she supposed to get? How much money was she promised? Authorities didn't say that. How much money was she promised in delivering this child to an unknown third party? 2, where is the third party that was in the vehicle? Names, okay? Where's the third party? Why aren't we hearing anything about the third person that was in that vehicle? According to the father said he was in the vehicle, another person was in the vehicle, and that she was driving the vehicle. Okay, so why aren't we hearing anything from and or about the third person in that vehicle? But the big enchilada I want to drop on y'all right now concerning this case, in my opinion, the big enchilada. One, I shared with y'all before that authorities should polygraph the 2 immediately. I mean, as soon as they can get a warrant, if that's what's needed, for them to get a warrant and polygraph those 2 individuals. Okay, if they both flunk, charge them both, because one of them is lying clearly. Okay, and the only way to get to the bottom of, unfortunately, the only way to get to the bottom of some of these things like this is that they be polygraphed. That's one. But the biggest thing I want to leave with y'all here this afternoon, get a warrant and check both of their bank records. Okay? All bank records. If it was money, if it was $10,000 involved, you better know there's a paper trail behind it. If there was $10,000 involved, you can rest assured it wasn't $10,000 cash. If there was $10,000 involved, okay, if it was $10,000 involved and she gave the child over to a third party, then why didn't she have $10,000 on her? Okay, that's one. The other thing, check all of their bank accounts, check all of their PayPal accounts, check all of their Cash App accounts, whatever they may have, and see if they're both him and her, to see if there was a $10,000 transaction or 2 $5,000 transactions, or transactions that total $10,000 in any form. That's where this investigation, in my opinion, needs to go. Because when you listen, follow the money trail. If she is suggesting that there was a trail that's supposed to have $10,000, okay, that's supposed to have $10,000 in it, they need to seriously look into that. Okay, so they need to check wire transfers, Western Union transfers, PayPal, or any kind of other transfer. If you find a money trail, you very well may find that child. Okay, I know they have everybody looking for a car seat. Okay, but I suggest in this broadcast that authorities, and I'm sure that they're probably already doing this. I hope they're already doing this anyway. But I suggest that authorities, along with looking for a car seat, get a warrant and check all of their banking records, whether it's the bank or they put it on a online card, or Green Dot card, or PayPal card, or Cash App card, anything that supports. And you know what? That would also clear the father to a certain degree. If they check all of his banking options and they do not find a $10,000 deposit in any form, in any denomination, check the family, make sure that there is no $10,000 deposit to anyone else in the family, then that pretty much may clear him, and dispel what she is saying. But those are the two things I think that they need to do, given the information that sits here in front of us. One, the biggest thing, check the bank records. We always say, follow the money trail, follow the money trail. If there is a money, you need to check the money trail to see that there is a money trail or not. Okay? That approval lie, that will either rule in or rule out some things. And I realize that they may have to get a warrant to do that. Okay, but if the father would want his name clear, or if she would want her name clear, they should have no problem at all submitting to that request. Okay. I wrote down about the gas mileage, the mileage of the car. That's not really applicable in this case because they were both in the car. They were both in the car, and he got out of the car for whatever reason and bolted. I see some of you are saying on Facebook, they're saying also, where is the mom? Where is the mom? Good question. We don't know. She's not mentioned. Interesting that the mother, in the midst of all of this, is not being talked about, hadn't said anything, not mentioned at all. That's a very good question, Tanya White Anderson. That's a very good question. But again, we have to stay within the four corners of what we have here. Authorities are saying anyone with any information concerning 2-year-old Nalani Johnson, please give them a call. Please, y'all, please. This country, as it relates to child abductions, we don't need another child. We don't need to find another child deceased at the hands of adults. Okay? Karen says, I live in Pittsburgh. Karen says, I live in Pittsburgh where this is taking place. Michael Johnson Joseph just joined on Periscope. Welcome, Michael. And again, authorities need to polygraph the two and find the third party. Okay? Find the third party. Okay, Karen says he got out the vehicle. Okay, he got out the vehicle with the dad. The third party, yeah, okay. The third party got out of the vehicle with the dad. So the question then becomes is, can the third party validate? Thank you, Karen. Can the third party validate the dad's story? Okay. And can the third party validate that there indeed was a car seat in that car? I mean, there's still some outstanding questions. There's still some outstanding questions regarding this, but this is the very latest as we have it right now. And I wanted to come in and talk to you all about it and raise these issues. Okay. Okay, replying to Susan. Okay, God bless. Okay, no. Okay. But I want to come in and raise these questions on this broadcast. Now, here's what you can do to help. One, this car seat right here, this is what authorities want everyone. Okay. Karen says, yes, and the car seat was found this morning. Okay. Wow. Karen, do you know did they disclose the area that the car seat was found? Okay. Okay, I'm waiting on Karen to get back with me. Okay. Again, the latest information that we had in this was that authorities were looking for the car seat. Did they disclose the area that the car seat was found in? In the woods in the neighborhood she went missing from. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen. Anything else you want to add, Karen? Okay, in Penn Hills. Okay. So, this is taking this is not taking a positive turn. Okay, this really is not taking a positive turn. But I will check into this And while you're there, let me just pull something in here. Okay, hold on. Okay, just 1 second here. PLG. Okay. I'm gonna pull up a couple things here. Okay, please, generation. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, just 1 second here. Let's see here. Missing go to the car seat and all this information. Okay, so to this point, let me check one more source of mine here. Let's see if I put this in. Okay. Let's see here. Who she is. Okay, and to this point, we still don't. There's some information that is coming out that says that the car seat may have been found. I cannot confirm that right now. I cannot confirm that, but I'm sure it's going to come out. Okay, I'm sure it's going to come out pretty soon here, if that is indeed the case. Let me go back to my source here. See if there's any new information in there that they're coming out with. Just 1 moment here. Don't allow. Okay, go paperwork. Okay, no. Okay. Still not saying. Okay. So until I can get an absolute on this out of Pennsylvania, that this child, that information that a car seat may have been found, we do not know. We do not know that at this point, but there is some chatter. Okay, there is some chatter, and again, I cannot confirm that through the sources that we are working right now. But anyone with any information, what does matter is that this child has not been found yet. Okay, she is missing. She is still missing, and time is working against us right now. Anyone with any information, you're please being asked to call area code 833-255-8477. Again, that's area code 833-255-8477. This has been an Amber Alert update for 2-year-old Nalani Johnson out of Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. Please share the broadcast. And I'm asking you to share the broadcast until this child is found. We will post updates, and we will post updates as they become available to us in the comment sections of all of our platforms on YouTube, on Twitter, on Snapchat. On Twitter, on Instagram, and on Periscope. Your sharing may just make the difference in this case. Okay? We don't know who's telling the truth. Was this child sold for $10,000? We don't know. But one thing is for sure. I don't believe that this woman, the suspect, I don't believe that she went and delivered the child for free. How much was she promised for her part in this? And I close with this. Authorities should check the money trail. Check bank accounts. Check bank account records. Okay? Check bank account records. And see if there's a money trail. See if anybody connected with them has received a large sum of money. We do know one thing. The woman who gave the child over, if what she is saying is to be believed, the woman who gave the child over, okay, they didn't give her $10,000 cash. She didn't have it on her when authorities arrested her. Okay, so if there's $10,000 involved, who got the money? And the person who got the money is the person that authorities, I would think authorities would be interested in talking to. Once again, my name is Pastor Charles Williams, the founder and the creator of the concept known and used all over the world in cases just like these as the Amber Alert founder. We'll keep you updated. This one is hard, y'all. This one is really, really hard. Just think about that. Who would want to sell or even attempt to sell a child for $10,000? I mean, I've seen some things happen. I mean, I've seen it. It's not that it cannot happen, but I mean, I've seen people, give their children away for drugs. I've seen it. I've seen people give their children away because they feel like they can't take care of them anymore. I've seen that happen. But to just outright sell your own flesh and blood for $10,000, I don't see that. Okay. Check the money trail. Check the money trail. Check the money trail. God bless. We'll keep you updated. My time is running out on me up here, it says. So let me get out of here. God bless. We'll keep you updated. Bye-bye now. You're so welcome, Stacy. God bless you. This is 2-year-old Nalani Johnson out of Penn Hills, Pennsylvania, missing since Saturday when this Amber Alert was issued. She is still missing and allegedly sold for $10,000. If the suspect's story is to be believed, was this child sold for $10,000? Do you believe her story? Post in the comment section if you believe her story. I'm not buying it unless we can find proof. God bless you. Thank you, Stacy. And we are up. Thank you for watching.